there guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Ben, and back before the DRZ4S and the big bore dual sport adventure builds, I was blessed enough to own one of the very first Tenere 700s in the US. And much like the XR650L adventure build and the DR650 adventure build, I set the T7 up essentially so I was just about comfortable enough to get to my trails, which are about an hour away, and then had it set so I could ride fairly aggressively on those trails. But then when I decided I wanted something a little bit lighter for the trail side of things, I decided to sell the T7 to my dad. And for those of you that follow the channel, you know that my dad really does enjoy the T7 on just about every ride that we take it on, unless things get a little bit too hairy off-road, I suppose, for the bike's weight and sort of top heaviness. But you might also remember that when he went to take the bike out west, a real adventure on the realest adventure bike that I've ever had, he didn't really like the way that I had the bike set up. He found it quite uncomfortable.
A different cushier seat might make this trip a little bit more bearable, but I'm sitting on a sweatshirt. Hopefully that helps. Ooh, that does feel good.
And even though when he was out on that adventure, he basically said he was never going to take the T7 again when we were out with the 701 Enduro and the T7. During the dual sport versus adventure bike comparison video that we did earlier this season, he mentioned that he was thinking that he might try to make some modifications to the bike to make it a little bit more comfortable because he really did want to try to take it out on that adventure again. I think partially it was rewatching the videos, and especially that one where he was actually able to get the bike off-road. He decided that if he was going to make that big long trip again, he wanted a bike that he could actually enjoy the off-road side of things, unlike his very comfy Versys 1000. So today I've got some camera equipment and a jump pack ready for his trip in case the T7 acts up again.
Don't do that. Oh, come on.
And we're gonna make some quick modifications to the bike, so hopefully on his extremely long journey with those long hours and long miles, he'll be a little bit more comfortable and actually be able to enjoy the road side of things on the T7. And since the cardboard thin seat concept seat seemed to be the root of most of his issues the first time around, before he brought the bike over, he swapped that out for the stock seat and took the bike out on a few long rides just to see if he thought that would be an improvement for him. And after we made a modification that you'll see today, he actually decided to swap that back for that much thinner yet much wider seat concepts low seat.
I didn't really notice the seat making it any higher or lower, but it definitely does, huh?
Well, the low seat that you had on there to begin with was, I mean, somewhere around there, but I think, like I've always said, just because this is so wide, I think it's really kind of hard to tell. But yeah, It doesn't seem like it makes it a whole lot lower, and you said it doesn't make it any more comfortable.
No.
No. So I was trying to convince you to buy the $80 sheepskin, but you went with the $25 option instead, right? You want to show us what you got?
Hey, one-time use, maybe two. Maybe I'll get to like it and use it all the time, but I really doubt it. I don't think I'd want to be on the trails with this thing.
No, probably not. I don't think it's super great for that, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's got to help a little. But I did take a ride, a 6-hour ride, just trying to figure out whether I was going to take this bike out west or not again. And yeah, even with the standard seat, first 3 hours, 4 hours was okay, but then on the way home, I was looking at a motorcycle. It was on the website, but we got there and the bike was gone. They said it had been for some time. So it's only 6 hours round trip. It was a good bike shop. We had a good time looking around and saw a lot of really cool motorcycles and did some talking about motorcycles, but where was I? Anyway, I took it out there and yeah, I was getting pretty sore. So even the standard seat is not really good enough to, you know, do a couple 8-hour days on. So hopefully this will do it.
Yeah, and this will hopefully give you some idea if something like this would help. And yeah, I don't know if they're... I think maybe they are just air-filled, but I don't know. The other thing you said is that you're noticing when you're riding it, I guess on that ride, and maybe at some other point, that you thought maybe the suspension was a little bit hard.
I tried to pay attention on the way here, and when I'd hit a big bump on the highway, you know, ka-kunk, you'd go down. And there weren't that many of them on this highway, but on 45, it was just dunk, 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 and every time you could kind of feel it in your rear end.
The preload should be set more or less where you need it to get the right amount of sag, but we'll change the compression damping. In the front, we can soften that up a bit too. Because of course, when I set this up, it was for basically taking it off of jumps, and I was trying to ensure that I wasn't bottoming either the rear or the front suspension on some hard landings. And with my weight plus the bike's weight, which is probably near 500 pounds now with all the crash protection on it, I probably really over damped it to the point where it's certainly probably not the most comfortable thing for long rides on the road. So I think for your trip, I think softening up probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, I would like to put it back where it was when I'm done too, so if we can remember the settings.
So we'll get my cobbled together jack here underneath. Oh yeah, I can tell this is heavier than mine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So the first thing that we're going to adjust is the compression damping, and that's going to be the little fastener inside of the gold ring there on the rear suspension. And essentially if you turn this clockwise, it's going to slow the compression of the spring. If you turn it counterclockwise, it's going to speed up the ability of that spring to be compressed. Recommended setting from the factory is 15 clicks out from the hardest setting, and the maximum soft setting would be 18 clicks out. So first we're going to go all the way clockwise until it stops, and then we'll back it off counterclockwise to probably 15 to start with, but I want to first check where I had this set because I think it's probably going to be a few clicks less than 15, I would guess. So let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 12. Okay, so 12. So we'll go to 15, that'll be enough clicks. I think that it should be a noticeable difference, and you can always adjust it if you need to. So we're all the way down. That would be the 0 or the 1 position. Yamaha says they're not sure, it could be the same. So we'll call that, I guess, 1. 2, 3, and 15, the factory recommended. So now when you go over those bumps, that should hopefully be able to compress a little bit quicker and shouldn't be such a jolt. And because the forks on the Tenere 700 are upside down forks, the compression damping setting for these is actually on the bottom side here underneath the cap that's up in here. The ones on the top here are for the rebound adjustment, which we don't really, unless they're kind of hanging up and compressing too much and then feeling like they don't shoot down in time, you shouldn't need to worry about those. And I think I would have left those at the factory recommended. There's going to be a little rubber cap in here. At least there should be. Lots of dirt. You don't take this thing off-road, do you?
Oh,
There it is. Yeah, and yours look like they were hand-cut by somebody at Yamaha. They actually say hard and soft on them. They're going to be the same way, where clockwise hardens them up and counterclockwise will soften them. So we'll count our clicks in again. 1, 2, 2? What? Wow, those are really set hard. 1, 2. And I suppose now that I think of it, I do remember the front being more of the issue, I guess, where I would go off a jump and come down and landing and feel the front end basically bottom out. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that they're set that hard, but they're set pretty hard. So softening them up should make this bike a bit more comfortable. Softest is 19 clicks out, so we don't want to pass that. 11 clicks out is standard, which going from 2 clicks to 11 should be, again, a pretty noticeable change. So let's see. This one's hard to count. It's like it clicks going clockwise, but not counterclockwise. I guess maybe that's just, we'll say that's 0. 1, 2, 3, 10, and 11. I'll put the all-important, oddly shaped dust cover back on. And of course, whatever you do to one side, you definitely want to make sure you do the exact same thing to the other so things are even. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, and the factory recommended setting of 11. All right. So there, that should be a little bit more comfortable for you, I would think.
I'm ready.
It'll be a whole new bike out on the road.
Oh, I hope so. That would be nice. Maybe I could have went on the cardboard seat again.
On the what?
On the cardboard seat again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose if you're getting thrown into the seat every couple seconds, that certainly could make things a little bit less comfortable.
Yeah, because it was rough, yeah. 45 was definitely kunk.
You were saying that other than the Tenere stuff, you helped somebody decide on a KLR, right? Or maybe they're talking about getting one of these or a KLR 650?
He saw my bike out there, so he started asking questions about it because that's what he was there to look at. And
Yeah.
the salesman was actually already standing by the one he wanted, and yeah, told me real hard to find. I'm like, no. And then I said, well, he's talking about what he's going to do on it, which is gravel roads. And I said, well, you might really enjoy going off-road a little bit if you, take a little, baby steps at a time, you might really enjoy it. Well, maybe I'll try that. I don't know. But I said, otherwise, what it sounds like, you'd be fine with a KLR 650 too. And he looked at the salesman. He said, what do you think about that? The salesman said, well, yeah, I guess so. Well, how much is a KLR? And the salesman was like, I'd have to look it up. And I said, oh, about $7,000. And oh. And then he said, well, is it worth the extra $5,000 for this bike over that one? And I'm like, should be about 10. So it's like $3,000 difference. And you might be perfectly happy with what you're talking about around town and stuff, with a KLR. There's more vibration. There really is. And this is a faster machine, a smoother machine. I would buy this one, but you might be perfectly happy with that one too. I don't know. The salesman just kept looking at me and he stepping back. And then he just kind of let us talk.
Well, to be fair, you do have quite a bit of experience on both the KLR and the Tenere. So
I did.
I think you probably have more experience with both bikes than most guys that work at bike shops do.
Yeah, and I told about my trip up to Copper Harbor on the KLR, and it was just fine at 65 and even 70 for a little bit. KLR, there's nothing wrong with it,
Yeah.
It's a great bike.
Won't quite wheelie like this one though, right?
No.
So I suppose the next thing we'll want to do is get your seat pulled off and figure out if this thing will fit around there. And now that you've got the two-piece seat on here, that's a little bit more of a pain in the butt.
I don't know how to take it off, though. I just drive them. I don't work on it at all.
Yeah, so you stick that in and give it a turn, and then I think this pops up, right? And then we can get... Oh, I guess that works. There's supposed to be fasteners that hold that in. You guys will have to let me know. I think maybe I do remember somebody saying that they were just running a seat like this, and of course, that maybe isn't the greatest thing because you don't have a great anchor point for the seat then, so if you're riding around off-road and sort of hugging the seat, it could possibly come off for you if you're hanging on to it. But I suppose if you're not concerned about that, it does make it a little bit easier. Does that seem like it holds it down pretty good? Kind of, sort of.
Maybe
it moves around a little bit.
Take that wobble out of there, but...
Yeah. Certainly does make getting to it a little bit easier, I suppose. I think I also heard about people putting fasteners, I think maybe even the fasteners that came in here, putting a nut on them or a smaller one, and then installing them upside down, so there's basically just like a post sticking out here to just set these on. I don't know. I mean, that would keep it going side to side, but I don't know. You guys have to let us know what you do down below. I think I'd feel better about having it anchored, but...
I'll look for those bolts. I'm sure you gave them to me. And I wonder how many of your followers have changed the plugs on these.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did that. That was a pretty long process. Not a fun job, huh?
It is a challenge. I mean, you cobble together tools, and thank God I had this little magnet I could drop in and pull the spark plugs out, and oh my gosh. Oh, this is interesting. Whoa. Good thing you got safety glasses on.
Maybe you should have some.
Maybe I should have some on. Yeah, I've done things where you never thought you needed safety glasses, and all of a sudden,
that's why I wear them all the time. You never know.
Something happens, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you need eyes to ride a bike, so
Yeah.
I do my best to protect mine. So it's got a clip on.
Yeah, and I could kind of use a screwdriver, I think.
Oh yeah, that's the trick.
There's where the owner's manual should be.
That's actually the where the toolkit went, and for the longest time I couldn't figure out why it sounded like jingle bells every time I'd take it off-road. It's because of the toolkit, yeah. Oh yeah, that one's a little bit short. Or long, I should say. Do we maybe want to...
Oh, that you can't adjust it any further?
Yeah, do we maybe want to stick a zip tie on it or something?
Yeah.
Give that a try. Hold on, let's get it off the stand. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff that we're using, including the stand, I have one that's a lot nicer looking. Link down below. That helps the channel. If you guys use those links, I definitely appreciate it. If you guys take the time to do that. All right, throw a leg over and see how it fits you. A little bit taller.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
It's like gold wing territory.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got a lot of cushion. And like I think it kind of broadens out the seat a little bit too.
Yeah, I suppose it would add a little bit,
Yeah, it is a little taller.
Yeah, definitely. You could even swap that full length seat. That's a little bit shorter, the seat concept, slow seat, if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's better.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, not bad for $25 anyways. Huh?
No. If it lasts me one trip, I'll be more than happy. Oh, we got one more thing to install too.
Talked a bit about those. You like those, huh?
Yeah. I should have got a lock before I left, but I wasn't sure I have enough room in there. Probably. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Throttle clamp.
Yeah.
But this thing, you know, I mean, it's a pain in the butt, kind of. You got to adjust it a couple times on your ride. But gosh, you can just give it gas with the palm of your hand. You just got to kind of adjust it as you're going down the road. And then you're just putting on pressure.
You said you bought some stuff to wrap the grips, so hopefully make them a little bit softer.
Yeah,
Might try.
make them a little softer. Did I do something to this bike? This is not working.
Well, it's not working. It's just slipping, you mean?
Yeah, just turn it right around. Well, that may not work.
You double up some electrical tape on it. You want to try that quick?
Sure.
I remember you saying that it was slipping on you a bit, but not like that.
No. Yeah, otherwise I do have some thicker gloves too, and it seems like it's going to be a little colder. So I might be fine with what I got.
Yeah, otherwise those grip puppies that I sent you, I've heard that people say that they really like those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've actually kind of been thinking I might try them along with the sheepskin seat cover on the big bore thumpers, because I think that might help reduce some of the vibrations that I feel like have been kind of wearing me down. Like my Betty Crocker scissors.
Whoa.
I think this came from Mom.
See, twist it around. That's what you got to do, is twist it
Oh,
around
do it back-
counterclockwise all the time.
backwards, yeah.
And kind of find the position where you want it on the highway. And then you just push down, and then basically you're not cranking all day long against
Right.
that little spring that's probably in there.
Yeah.
After 8 hours, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yes, I suppose maybe you'll have to, I guess you got to ride it home so you can see how everything feels and how everything's working. And you said you're going to leave in what, 3 days or so? Or 2 days?
I'm thinking Friday.
Yeah.
Get through Minneapolis, not during rush hour, I hope.
Yeah, and what did you say? You said your plan is maybe not to go out west? You're thinking, depending on the weather, you might go UP
I got to
instead?
check the weather. Glacier is supposed to be a lot warmer than the Tetons, which is kind of strange because it's up north a lot further. But it's supposed to be in the 70s and lows in the 50s, where the Tetons, some days, is supposed to be a high of 60 and a low of 45. And if I'm going to camp, that's kind of cold. I mean, not terrible. So I got to just check the weather.
For luggage, you're going to put a Tusk large dry duffel on the back. Last time you didn't run the Dirt Racks bags that came with these. Are you going to try those, or why did you not want those last time?
The other bag I have is just a lot bigger.
Oh, and it just hangs over.
And it hangs over both sides, so these still really help. You don't have to worry about it running into the exhaust pipe or anything. And then all my camping gear goes in the Tusk bag, which is really nice.
Sure. So you just don't really need the side duffel. You just use your big one, and then
Yeah. I got plenty in there, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's got to go.
My seat's up in the air.
I think you missed some.
I'm not trying to make a point. But yeah, it's fun. I've taken long rides with other people, which were really good, and I've done more by myself, and both of them are fine. I mean,
Yeah, you do quite a bit of solo adventure, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe your socks in the way.
Oh,
Oh, that's your toolkit, huh?
you put it in there.
The toolkit? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, there. Now I think you should be able to.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully between the things we've done, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
Or it will be the last time I take it.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when you said that you're considering taking it again, but I think with a few mods like you did, and maybe some of that wrap for the grips, it should fix most of your problems, I would think.
Yeah, because it's a nice bike to travel on. It really is.
Definitely a fun bike to ride, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it is. You know, I'd probably be happier on the way there on the Versus, but once you get there, it's nice to be able to do a little bit of off-roading. I'm hoping I find a little bit more than I did last time.
The bike that you're looking at, or went to the shop to look at, was what? The V-Strom?
V-Strom 1050 DE.
And that's still a pretty on-road one, right? Or would you be able to take that one off-road, do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know
Not
it's
like
not
this.
going to operate like this one does.
Because that does not have a 21-inch front wheel like this does, right?
It does have a 21-inch.
Oh, it does have a 21. It's just a really big bike. So it's like a BMW GS competitor then, huh?
I mean, a GS is that
Well, that's true, yeah.
wide in
a little
front.
closer to a GS, I guess. But it's still off-road oriented. And
It is, yeah,
sense,
but
yeah.
it would be better than this one on road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I definitely would put bars on it and take it off road, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be like this one either.
Yeah, but depending on how it's balanced, it might feel a lot better because, I mean, that bike is 340-ish pounds, 344 or 45. And that one's 370 almost, but the DR650 definitely feels lighter even after we lowered it, right? In comparison to the Honda.
Oh, yeah.
That's just because the Honda wears its weight. I mean, you can tell its gas tank is so much higher. And the T7 is an awesome bike as long as you can keep it moving. But as soon as you stop, it definitely gets pretty top heavy.
Yep. And it is still a V-twin, so it should be pretty narrow. And it seemed like, looking at the pictures, the motor's a little lower, but I couldn't tell you that for sure.
Yeah, the T7 definitely is. I mean, the top of the motor is almost in line with the seat. That's definitely a pretty high center of gravity bike, especially with the tank up high like that.
Yeah, but then they had a GSX 1000S. What a nice looking bike that was.
Yeah, you showed me some pictures of it, and that really
Yeah.
was a cool looking bike. Yeah.
150 horsepower, red lines at 12. It was a nice bike. They put a lot of electronics on it and 8 different modes of riding.
Yeah, you've got your ABS shut-off button, and that's about it. I mean, it has... Right, it doesn't have any traction control or anything, does it?
No.
I don't think so. No, of course not.
It's called the throttle.
Throttle and the brake, huh?
I mean, all that crap, you can keep it all.
So we've got your power bank for the GoPro. We've got the charger and a spare battery for a handheld camera, so you don't have to use your helmet and this camera for the off-the-bike type shots. And then I'll lend you my spare Tusk jump pack here that has a flashlight. You can charge your cell phone off if you want to. And then this plug here plugs into this guy. So if you have any problems like you did last time where the Tenere doesn't want to start,
Don't do that.
and you run the battery down, you should be able to just hook these terminals up to the bike, get it plugged in there, flip this to on, hit that on button, and these come on, then you should be able to fire the bike up even if the battery's completely dead. So definitely a good thing to have. And again, we'll have links to all this stuff down in the description if you guys are interested. And so he's got a place to put all of this stuff while he's traveling. We're going to borrow the bag off of the XR650L adventure build here. This is the Tusk large Olympus tank bag. I got that same size on the DR650 adventure build as well.
You go off-roading with it too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do tend to get in the way just a little bit when you're standing up, but really only if you're standing straight up. Let me take the end off of this.
Can I see it? Can I see it? I thought I saw it for a second. There it is.
Elastic band will help keep the straps from falling all the way down when you do go to take it off.
What'll help it from falling off?
Just that elastic strap that I put
Oh, you put one on top?
between the two.
Oh, yeah, I got you. This is cracked.
Yeah, I think that happened when you dropped it into the tree.
Hey, I remember these trees. Whoa! Oh. I'm fine.
You okay?
I hope your bike is. Okay, we're switching.
Oh yeah, it does look like it's getting bigger though. Yeah, it's been there for a while, but not that big. Fit whatever you want up in the clear portion there. There's also the spot if you wanted to run the wire into there. If you want to run a cable out to your USB connection there to charge while you're riding the bike, you could stick something, you could have one of these power banks in here, and then there's a hole, Velcro hole. This runs out to the outside of the bag.
All right.
So charge that while you're going.
So I've got 13,800 miles, and I think we changed these tires at 8,000, almost 6,000 miles on them, huh?
Yeah, close to 6,000
Call
miles.
it 14, so yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, they really are doing pretty well. These are the Tusk 2-tracks. In the back, I think I can kind of tell, certainly looks a bit different, as does the front. But yeah, I mean, for, what do we say, almost 6,000 miles? I mean, those look like they're in pretty darn good shape.
Yeah, I think they'll make another 2 easy.
So Rocky Mountain sent me these along with all the other Tusk stuff and the MSR products and stuff that I use, since they're sort of a sponsor of the channel. So huge thanks to them for letting us test these out. But yeah, I mean, compared to really any other tire that I've used, I mean, this must be just a much better compound, because they really, I mean, seem like they're doing pretty good for that. Man, I can't believe those have 6,000 miles on them, most of them.
and they're rounded. I mean, they're not flattening out
Yeah, they
really.
didn't flatten out a bit.
I mean, a little maybe, but still pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly still look like they'd be pretty nice to ride on. And that was kind of the first thing that I noticed about them is not only are they, I mean, which is surprising as chunky as they look, not only are they incredibly smooth, I guess this one maybe looks like it flattened a little bit at the top, but they're rounded so nice that it just really feels like you're riding a sport bike, which coupled with this engine, which actually came out of a sport bike to begin with, it really makes that feel like a whole different bike than what it was when I had the Tractionators on there. So definitely, I think a pretty good option. I've been meaning all summer to put out a full review video on these tires, and I will still hopefully get to that eventually, but they really are seeming like a pretty darn good option with 6,000 miles on them. As good as they are on road, I mean, they're pretty darn good off road. And this is a heavy bike, but in the mud testing that we did, I mean, they held on, I think, about as good as you could expect a tire that does as well as these do on the road and off the road in mud like that. I mean, they're really a pretty darn good tire, it seems like. And I would think they should be able to get you there and back. I would assume no problem. And they really just do not look like they have 6,000 miles on them.
No, they really don't.
That is crazy. I mean, these tires, I don't think even have 1,000, maybe a little bit more than 1,000 on them. I don't remember exactly. And I feel like they're hanging on better than the D Sports do, but still not quite as good as the 2-Tracks. But these D Sports, I mean, these can't have 3,000 miles on them, and they're already starting to cup and wear funny. So definitely not a bad option if you're looking for a very aggressive tire that's still really pretty aggressive on the road too. They really seem like they hang on good in the corners. So that sure looks like it's a bike that's ready for an adventure now, huh?
We'll give her.
Well, thanks for coming over and letting us mess with your bike a bit and get some footage of it. Hopefully it serves you a lot better on this trip than it did on the last one. I think with just the bit that we did today, it should be a lot more comfy. You'll have to let us know what you think of it when you're on your trip, and thanks for bringing us along and getting all the camera equipment and everything and filming it all for us. I know it's definitely a bit of a pain in the butt and certainly detracts from the experience, but it is pretty cool to have the footage after the ride to be able to go back and watch it.
And hopefully there's some trails up there. It looks like there are that head up to the mountains, and so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not the only one on them.
Yeah, that too.
A little bit of traffic is always nice.
So thanks for hanging out in the garage with us today, guys. Hopefully you're looking forward to Jerry's trip. I know I definitely am looking forward to seeing his adventure on the T7. If you guys want to pick up any of the stuff that we used in the video, again, there'll be affiliate links down below that helps me to continue making videos like this. So huge thanks to all of you guys that have been doing that. Take care, stay safe, stay swanky, get out there and enjoy this beautiful world God created any chance you get. And if you can't do that right now, here's some more videos to check out. In the meantime, we'll catch you guys in the next one.